Welcome once again to the Brills class of English language. मैं एक बार फिर से आपको ब्रिल्स इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग क्लास में तहे दिल से इस्तकबाल करता हूं और इससे पहले कि हम आज के टॉपिक की शुरुआत करें, let's begin with the name of Allah Almighty, who is the master and the creator of this universe, and all the praises and everything belongs to him, whatever that is between the skies and the earth. Let us start with today's topic, that is speech and parts of speech. Before we proceed towards the today's topic, let us discuss, let us define the speech. So far as speech is concerned, let me quote a definition for you. A speech can be defined any meaningful word which has clear meaning is called speech. And if you see, the speech is not defined in the grammar, but however, we can define the parts of speech in the English grammar. What do you mean by the parts of speech? I already told you that anything, any meaningful word which has the clear meaning is called the speech, or it can be defined as any meaningful word which we utter through our mouth is known as speech. Now, what do you mean by the parts of the speech? I must tell you here that there are the millions and the millions of the words in English language. अगर हम अंग्रेजी ज़बान को देखेंगे तो वहां पर करोड़ों अल्फाज हैं, लेकिन अगर हम उन सारे अल्फाजों को ग्रुप्स में बांध देंगे, ग्रुप्स में डिवाइड करेंगे, तो हमारे पास टोटल 8 ग्रुप्स होंगे। 8 ग्रुप्स होंगे और वही 8 ग्रुप्स जो है पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच अंग्रेजी जबान में कहलाते हैं। Let's see, what do you mean by the parts of the speech? If we divide all the meaningful words of English language into groups, there will be 8 groups, and those 8 groups are called parts of speech. Let's focus on again the definition of the parts of speech. I told you that if we divide all the meaningful words of English language, if we divide all the meaningful words of English language into the groups, there would be the 8 groups, and those 8 groups are called the parts of speech. अगर हम अंग्रेजी के सारे अल्फाजों को बिल्कुल ग्रुप्स में बांट देंगे, जितने भी डिक्शनरी में अल्फाज दिए गए हैं या जितने भी अंग्रेजी लुगात में या डिक्शनरी में, लुगात हमारे यहाँ डिक्शनरी है, अगर आप जितने भी इंग्लिश में वर्ड्स है उन सबको आप अलग अलग ग्रुप्स में बांटेंगे तो कुल मिला के हमारे पास 8 ग्रुप्स होंगे और वो सारे के सारे 8 ग्रुप्स जो है पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच कहलाते हैं. I must once again tell you what do you mean by the speech. Any meaningful word which we utter through our mouth is known as speech, and there are the 8 parts of the speech. What do you mean by the parts of the speech? If we divide all the meaningful words of English language into the groups, there will be the 8 groups. Total कुल मिला के 8 ग्रुप्स बनेंगे and those 8 groups are called the parts of the speech, and there are the 8 parts of the speech. First comes that is noun. Number second, that is pronoun, and number third, that is adjective. Number fourth, that is verb, and number fifth, that is adverb. Number sixth, that is preposition. Number sixth, and number seventh, that is conjunction, and number 8, that is interjection. Let us see. The first part of speech is noun. And from your childhood, dear students, you have read and heard about the noun. And now, but whenever you are given a word, you're confused. You're not being able to differentiate whether the word behaving in the sentence is a noun, is a pronoun, is an adjective, or a verb. So here I'm going to teach you that how a particular word can be recognized, whether if it is a noun, if it is an adjective, or if it is a verb. So let us see what are these different 8 parts of the speech. Number first part of the speech is noun. Number second, that is pronoun. Number third, that is adjective. Number fourth, that is verb. Number fifth, that is a verb. Number six, that is preposition. Number seven, that is conjunction. Number 8, that is interjection. And this was the, what you call, the introduction of the definition and the types of the parts of speech. And now we will discuss the first part of speech, that is noun. Let us try to understand the noun and how noun can be recognized in a particular sentence. Let's see. The question is, what do you mean by the noun? Dear children, you might have read since from your childhood that a noun is a name of person, place, or a thing. Definitely, this is a correct definition of the noun. यानी अगर उर्दू में इसको बोलेंगे, अगर हम नाउन की बात करते हैं किसी शख्स, किसी चीज या किसी जगह के नाम को नाउन बोलते हैं. A noun is a person, place, or a thing. So, how can you define a noun? A noun is a name of person, place or a thing. So किसी भी शख्स के नाम को name of a person, place or a thing. Well, when you are discussing the noun can be divided into the 5 types. Number first, that is common noun. Number second, that is proper noun. Number third, that is abstract noun. Number fourth, that is material noun. And number fifth, that is collective noun. Let's see. What do you mean by the common noun? So as common noun is concerned, common noun, name of common things, persons, or places. For example, if you see boy is common, poet is common noun, chair, common, pen, common, student, common, country, common, and you have what you call the book, that is common, and you have table, that is common, and then you have sufficient examples, and what we write at the end, it is etc. Students, I want to give you some basic information about this etc. Well, that's an abbreviation, not an initial. Do you know that what does this etc stands for? And hope some of you must know what do the etc stands for. But majority of you doesn't know what does the etc stands for. E stands for the end. E stands for the end, and T stands for the thinking, and C stands for the capacity. So when you are giving a number of examples and enumerations, you write at the end etc. So what do you mean by the etc? etc stands for the end of the thinking capacity. So I can't think more than that of these sufficient examples given at the end. And now we will move towards the proper noun. What do you mean by the proper noun? So far as proper noun is concerned, it is the name of the proper persons or the proper things. For example, if you get the example of the poet, you have the number of poets, but Ghalib of Urdu poet is a proper, but at the same time, Shakespeare is the great dramatist and poet of the English literature. So, if you see Kalidas, the great poet and dramatist of ancient India, who is a Sanskrit poet and dramatist, and he has written the world famous, what do you call the plays, the Shant and Shakuntala, and all other masterpieces. So, if you see all these people are the proper nouns. If you see the Kashmir, it is the proper noun. And then you have America, and this is what you call the examples of the proper noun. Now, move towards the abstract noun. What do you mean by the abstract noun? What do you mean by abstract noun? By the abstract noun, we mean the noun which is not tangible, which cannot be touched, but we think about it. We think about it. For example, if you see loyalty, honesty, love, hatred, and etc. Well, loyalty. If you tell your brother and sister that I love you very much, if you ask, you will tell your parents, I love you very much, and if they tell you, show it, would you be able to show it? No, not at all. So these are the feelings, but we think about them. Loyalty, you can't show the loyalty, you can't take the loyalty out of your pockets and show. आप ईमानदारी अपनी जेब से नहीं निकाल सकते और लोगों को दिखाएंगे भैया मेरे पास ईमानदारी है नहीं, लेकिन यहाँ पे अगर आप लॉयल्टी की बजाय लॉयल लिखे, क्या लिखे? लॉयल, तब वो जो है नाउन नहीं रहेगा, वो एडजेक्टिव रहेगा, जो हम आपको बाद में समझाएंगे. सो लॉयल्टी किसी चीज का नाम है, which is something abstract, and then honesty, the love, hatred, then you have what you call the material noun. What do you mean by the material noun? The noun which is associated with the materials. For example, if you see gold, if you see silver, if you see wood, if you see cement, and if you see all the what you call iron and etc. These are the examples of the material noun. Then you have the what you call the collective noun. What do you mean by the collective noun? The name which is given to the what you call collectively to some objects or persons. The name which is given collectively to group of objects or group of persons, and that is known as the collective noun. I repeat my word, the what do you call the name given collectively to the group of words, group of persons or group of things, that is known as collective noun. For example, army. Well, when you speak of the army, you can't speak of one person. There are the hundreds and the hundreds of the persons, people in the army. You have the, we can say, lakhs of the people in the army. Collectively given one name, that's called army. Then you have class, that is collectively. And then you have bunch of keys. And if you see, well, this is what you call the collective noun. And this was the first part of speech which we have discussed. Now we will move towards the next part of speech. And that's called pronoun. But however, this is all about today's lecture, and I hope you will have understood the meaning of speech and parts of speech as well as noun which we have discussed. But in order to make you fully learn, in my coming lectures, I will give you some exercises about, and we will solve the exercises regarding the, what do you call it, lessons, what we have discussed till now. But after the part of speech, we will end the part of speech. So this is all for today, and I once again welcome you to my classes of English speaking course. However, I suggest to you, I request to you, if you like my classes, kindly subscribe them and also press the bell button so that you can receive the notification for the new uploaded videos, as well as I tell you to press the like button. And that's all for today. And you will be, I pray to Allah for the safety and the happiness, prosperity of yours. आप खुश व खुरम रहो, चाहे आंध्रे रहो, चाहे इलाहाबाद रहो, और खुदा हाफिज, आदाब, cut.